In the UCU West Coast Conference women's basketball semifinal, the Gonzaga Bulldogs defeat the Saint Mary's Gales in double overtime 78-77. With the victory, Gonzaga is on to its third consecutive West Coast Conference championship game. They'll take on the winner of the game coming up between BYU and Pepperdine. We're joined by GU head coach Lisa Fortier, along with student athletes Akira Rice and Jen Worth. Coach, an opening statement from you on the win, please.
What a game. That might be all that needs to be said. You know, as far as this conference goes, the Zags and the Gales, everybody knows that those games usually aren't decided by many points. You know, we never want to be in a close game with St. Mary's because of how talented they are offensively and how tough they are to stop. They shoot a high percentage. They have a bunch of people who really can score around the basket. They have the perimeter shooters, and so not something we ever aspire to. But I thought that our team played extremely tough, mental toughness, physical toughness. You know, as the game went on, we had a few less subs throughout the thing, and you know, these two played great. I'm very happy, obviously, for Zakira for the final shot, but it was so much more that our team did collectively throughout the entirety of the game. And one of the most gritty games I think that I've ever coached at Gonzaga in 13 or 14 years, however the heck long I've been there.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions from media members. If you have one, please raise your hand and wait for us to get a mic to you. Let us know your name and affiliation. I'd like to start with questions for student athletes first, please. Come over here to the front.
Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Zakira, just talk about that last play. I mean, I don't know last time you hit a shot like that, but what it was to get the layup to go and obviously the emotion of winning the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, our coaches drove an amazing play, and it was cool that my teammates put me in a position to make a shot like that. I've never made a game winner, so I don't really know how to feel right now. I'm glad we won, but I'm still kind of numb. Yeah, I think that our coaches just put us in a really good position to finish the game strong.
Additional questions for student athletes, unless you had something to add there?
No, I'm just being funny, but players make coaches look smart sometimes. I don't think it was the play, Z.
Come over here to the front.
Talk about mental toughness. How much more mentally tough did we have to be today with Laura and Jill as well for the players?
You know, I don't think it gets much tougher than that. It's hard when you know, you're down a couple players and you're playing, but I think that we really rallied as a team and we came together and we honed it in and told ourselves that we needed to finish this game and that we're not going home.
Jen, anything to add?
Yeah, our coach was just saying how we need to stay focused in the present moment and be where we are right now. We can't think about the last play or what's happened to some of our teammates. And I think that we just did a really good job of that. You know, we have to refocus and move on to the next play, and I'm just really proud of our team for doing that.
Go to John.
John Krampecker, West Coast Conference Sports. Lisa, do you have an initial update on your two injured players?
No, they're going to get checked out back home. I know that I don't know exactly, they're getting checked out here by the doctors, but we won't know much until we get them back to Spokane and have them fully evaluated. I know that neither one of them look too happy right now, and they're in a lot of pain, but that's the most that I know.
Come back to Doug here in the front.
For both the players, I mean, Laura came back out with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. How much, at least, of a lift was that to see her and cheering you guys on and being on the bench for the fourth quarter, the overtime, and the second overtime?
You know, we always want to do it for our seniors, and we just had senior night, and so that's kind of what this whole thing's been about. But just seeing her kind of, I think, gave us that extra momentum and that extra boost that we needed to keep pushing through and do it for her. So, yeah, I'm just really proud of all of us for coming together.
Same.
Elise.
Yeah, hey, Coach, you, at the end of regulation, at the end of the first overtime, you guys had to get a stop. You guys have been known defensively. What were you telling your team